Hi, I'm Child of Bones and I'm a practicing witch. I've been a practicing witch for 20 years, and in that time the god forms that I've worked with have given me spiritual instruction to make a product line for the use of magical results and forming allyships with different gods and plant spirits. So today I want to speak to you about the Death Hag. The Death Hag is the very dark face of the goddess energy, and she is fantastic, a little bit scary to work with at times, and absolutely there's no other, I think, mother that could be that formidable and frightening, and yet at the same time offer such blessed gifts. A most remarkable path working is working with the Death Hag. Obviously, I would say right off the bat, not for beginners. That energy in that stream is quite a ruthless energy, and she's not on a recruiting buzz, and I don't believe, for a moment that many people unnecessarily, if they're new to magic, would want to dive into the teachings of the Death Hag to start with. What I would always suggest, if you're new to magic, or certainly new to working with god forms, is that you would start forming a relationship with your own allies, if you like. So if you were very fond of working with a certain plant spirit or herb or spirit guide, or maybe you're into angels, I would say start there and form a relationship with what is familiar to you. And some people, are exposed by their culture to certain god forms that others aren't. For example, maybe in the West a lot of people are familiar with Mother Mary, and then I know in some parts of South America they're familiar with the Black Madonna. And so therefore I'd say, whatever cultural exposure you've had, form a relationship first with those energies that are available to you. And then you would look at working with someone, should you have the burning desire to work with something, some beautiful, formidable face like the Death Hag. So back to the Death Hag. The Death Hag teaches us that ultimately that we always are serving her, because at the end of it we have no control over change and death and destruction, and renewal is all through her gateway. And I think the main message that the Death Hag's ever said to me was, in life, smile at death, because you must know the taste and the scent of bittersweet. And to me that's an amazing teaching, because what it is, it's about not being scared not being scared of death, but respecting it, but learning to live. And when you live fully, you're not afraid to die. And in somewhere in all of that is the Death Hag's message. And I believe that she's an ultimate blessed gift, because as an advanced magical working, and certainly I know this is done shamanically, using your own mortality as an ally is a very advanced but powerful working. And the Death Hag, and I have made a brew here, the Death Hag, this brew under her complete instruction is like a direct hit, if you like, a telephone line to her energy. So, you use it with caution. And this, in order to, have an allyship with your own mortality, or to work with the Death Hag and her energy, should she, be willing to. This is a very power-packed brew for that. It's got very sacred ingredients. There's no stocking fillers in this whatsoever. You need the most minute amounts for a power-packed experience, okay? You don't ever ingest it. You just can sprinkle it over a candle or around a candle, and that's pretty much all you ever need in a ritual working. You do not need much. It's based in salt. It's not going to go off. It's a natural preservative, and it's a very sacred brew. The other thing that you can use the Death Hag energy for, okay, is bidding safe passage for the dead and dying. So should you be in a position where, you're around the transition of a loved one, you can actually bid the great goddess of death, the Death Hag, and ask that she safely assist your loved one to the other side. And that's a beautiful working, and I found the Death Hag to be an amazing guide to people that midwife the dead. and dying. So that's another thing that you know, within the stream of power that she holds, that you can actually tap her energy for and with. And endings, retreat, withdrawal, these types of things, you know, the end of when you want completion with something, when your power, your own power is held back in some way because you're stuck in grief. Or, I mean, the thing is, if someone's just passed away and you're in grief, that's natural. You know, you're not going to get round that using the death hag. The death hag is about when you can't get over something and you've given it a lot of time and maybe sourced other things to assist you in resolving your grief. So I'm just going to put that down and bring up the next thing, which I'm just going to talk about now, which is the Finale Balm. So this is actually where I've done the magical work for you, if you like, because the death hag's river of energy has got loads, if you like, of ability to work with, loads of streams running in the river, and this is the one that I've channeled and picked out to go into the balm under her instruction. And Finale is for endings, where you want to claim back your power, your life. You know, you want to release yourself from being stuck in something associated with grief, if you've had trouble moving on. So say, for example, you know, you were stuck on a divorce and you think, you know, I don't want him or her back, you know, logically, you know, why am I stuck? Why have I been single for 6 years? And you know, I'd like to be in a new relationship. Maybe there's something in that you're stuck on, you know, and maybe it's about not allowing that cycle to have completed for whatever reason. Then this is the balm that you could see if it would help you. The thing is, the death hag, usually if you're going to communicate with her as a god form, is quite an advanced working. The Finale Balm though is quite a safe way to tap that energy. It's not going to go too much further than actually just trying to have successful completions about cycles in your life. It's also fantastic if you have trouble resolving grief. So if you're someone that, you know, that has always remembered that you've always struggled to, because maybe some events happened where you lost a few people and you've never quite got over that. It's not saying that you know, in any way, shape or form are going to forget them. It's just helpful in resolving, say, if you had an issue with letting things go. You could tap that. Now what you would do is you could just put a little bit of the balm around your body and just try it for 9 nights. Just try a little bit and see how you go. That's how I would suggest you know, you use the death hag with caution. With the balm you can be a bit more liberal, but I would always say try things for nine nights and then stop and see how you feel. But what we'd be trying to hope for is a bit of integration and a lot more peace around the death, dying and completions. So that's the clip on the death hag today, and I hope you found that helpful. And my next clip's going to be on the flying hag.